Welcome to Daily Stock Market Analysis, April 18, 2023. If you like the content, please hit like button. Takes you 1 second. And guys, today we are starting with Netflix. It had our earnings day today. Look what happened. This is 1 minute chart. And after earnings results, stock was down almost 12%. You can see, and they recovered fully. Now stock is down almost 0.5%. Okay. Initially, they did not do bad. Like you can see, earnings basically estimate was 2.85, and then they reported 2.88, which is 0.76% beats on earning. Revenue was slightly down, but looks like after hours, they in their press conference they are saying uh, they're cracking down on passwords and also ad plans, so that their investors are very hopeful. Also, this is a typical behavior of a bull market. Okay, so you can see stocks are not going down. You can see Nasdaq. I will quickly review soon, but you can see. I won't be surprised if we open green tomorrow. Okay, it's possible we'll have a bullish move that will help Nasdaq to move even higher. So I can show you on triple Qs. Today we had a gap up and then they slammed it down. Still these two gaps are not filled, which are 322 and 328. These are my targets. Okay, so now it's behaving exactly as I showed. So now I have a new line here. So I think now it's going towards these two targets. Okay, at minimum there are two gap fills. Looks like it came that far. Most likely it's going to fill those gaps. Again, now going back to a MES chart, I will show you here on Thinkorswim chart. You can see, let me zoom out a bit. You can see this chart here. We are in this sell zone. Okay, it can go as high as 43.11. Okay, there's still room here. Okay, so let's quickly look here. If we go to the top around 43.10 zone, so from here today's close, we still have around 3% up higher possible. Okay, so be mindful of that, but I won't recommend taking new money longs here. I think market will not go down until Apple earnings are done. So let's quickly take a look at Apple. I think it's sometime in May they are posting their earnings. So May 4th. Okay, let's look at calendar. May 4th is basically in 2 weeks. All right, it's going to be very hard for stock market to go down until Apple is done, and I think after that we're going to have some reversal. So until that time, I think market is mostly going to just chop around, go slightly higher. All right, so it can just chop around, go slightly higher, and then in May onwards, then it's going to go back. But I think you should be only looking to take profits and do not take a lot of money here, the new money long here. Just be very careful if you are buying new positions. Take profits very soon. Okay, so that's an update on basically SPX, SPY. Again, there are targets here. Okay, there are these two targets, 427 and 421. We are now moving there. Also, one other thing I wanted to show you on MES. Although we do have this minor cycle, I don't think it's playing out very good. So the low should be coming Thursday, next 2 days. So it might be slightly more dip, it's possible, and then we go higher. But looks like it's a very strong move. Again, the targets are going towards the upside here. Okay, so any dips you get, you can buy, because you can see this is a bigger cycle here, the white cycle, and then this is another cycle coming here. So probably we're going to top out. You can see how this cycle is nicely positioning. By 4th of May, that's exactly when we have Apple earnings, and then we're going to have a decline here. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. All right, so Nasdaq I already covered. Nasdaq futures. Basically, let's quickly look at 1 hour chart and see if we see anything different. You can see we we went higher. We had a gap up, and we pushed higher, lower, and then I think we closed flat. You can see triple Qs closed flat. You can see we gapped higher with divergence on PPO and RSI. You can see divergence here. Sorry, I'm not feeling that well, but you can see PPO had this divergence. RSI was kind of flat, but then we came down. Now we are also on this trend line. So futures are nicely supporting on this trend line. I think US 500 is also on a nice trend line. So everything is going good there. All right, so again, going back here, my targets on triple Qs are these two caps, 322 and 329. All right. Now let's go back to other charts, US 30, which is Dow Jones. Oh, sorry, going back to triple Qs. Let's quickly look at these charts. Nasdaq, you can see this is the chart I have. You can see there's still a lot of gap. Basically, it's in the neutral zone right now. We can still go as high as 39.46. So there's still a lot of room left. So if I quickly go back to MNQ chart here, from today's close, I think that's around, let's quickly look at the percentage wise. So that's around almost 5%. Okay, so it is possible that we can have a more pump. We can even go higher than these two price targets here. We can even touch previous high here, so around 322. So if we go from here, today's close around 5% up, that's around almost close to previous highs. Okay, so it is possible we can go there too. Okay, but my point is also now it's also going a lot away from this red line. This is 50 SMA. Price cannot stay long far away from this line. You can see previous times, every time it goes far, it goes back to mean reversion, goes far away, goes back, goes far away, goes back. So it has to come back. Okay, at some point it has to come back. Okay, but we don't know when. But I think most likely after Apple earnings. All right, US 30, which was flat today, not a lot of changes. Basically, little bit more dip, look to buy, and then another pump, and then pump into May time frame, and then a dump. All right, US 2000, you can see. Let's see IWM. It was down really heavily at one point, so it recovered nicely around 0.43%. It closed at the end. But again, I think it started a descent, so it's finding a lot of resistance here, and this is the low I'm looking to. Basically around this low, equal low or lower low, that will be good area to buy US 2000. All right. Oil basically flat, so it was down and then up, and eventually I'm looking for lower price targets. This is a big gap to fill, so looking for lower prices on oil. Natural gas is bouncing, which is a very good sign. Since I told you guys to buy, it's doing good. There's a big gap here, so it can come back to test this gap and then bounce, so be mindful of that. All right. Bitcoin also bouncing with Nasdaq, also gain on divergence on PPO and RSI. So also we have a sell signal. So again, it's not able to close this resistance. So as long as it's not able to close this resistance, that's a big risk signal. It can eventually come down and dump. All right. Ethereum, not a lot of strength. Same thing, not able to close above this resistance zone. So looking for a dump. You can look at this trend line to follow and buy here. Again, look at Ethereum futures. The cycle low is coming around 30th of June, so looking for dump here and support around 1800 zone. All right, dollar is selling, again looking for low around July here. Okay, so looking for more lower prices. Gold is up today, but again just bouncing from oversold. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see basically making divergence on PPO and RSI, just bouncing a little bit. But I think I'm not interested in gold until we go to this 1900 support. It can happen around July time frame. All right. Silver is same thing. Not interested. Looking to buy around 23 area. So it will behave same as gold. So we'll focus on that. TNX mortgage rates are 0.5% down. Again, looking for these lower gaps to fill. Bonds basically again holding on this 50 SMA line, little bit of recovery here, but not looking too good. So until it closes above this 200 blue line, SMA line, I'm not bullish on bonds. All right, let's quickly look at sectors. Gold miners, same thing as gold, looking for gaps to fill towards the downside. Let's look at an energy sector. Kind of up 0.39, but looking for this lot of gaps here. All these green lines are gaps, so looking for more downside. XLU kind of flat. It's good thing it's holding above this blue 200 SMA line. So as long as it's holding above that, that's good. Any dips you should be looking to buy. So as long as it's above that, it's developing a nice trend. You can see all moving averages are moving. All these lines are moving towards the top side. Also, this red 50 SMA line started moving up, so that's a good sign. But if you get any dips, look to buy the dips. There's a gap here which you can look to buy. Healthcare sector had a massive move, so now just cooling down. So look to buy any, all these are gaps to fill. So look to buy any weakness. XLF almost 0.3% up, but still not able to close above this 200 SMA and the 50 SMA. So it can reject here and then make a equal low or lower low here. So we'll be looking to buy around here. All right. Industrial sector, same as basically US 30, looking to have some weakness here and then bounce. All right. Real estate sector almost flat, not able to close above 50 SMA line. So look to buy any weaknesses for a bounce higher later on. All right. Tesla earnings tomorrow, basically again in a wedge here, no strength at all. So it's waiting for earnings reports. You can see it's nicely in this wedge. So tomorrow will probably a gap up or gap down. If we gap down here around this area, that would be a good area to buy. So let's see how far is it from here. If we gap down, that's around 20% down. I will be surprised if they do that in a one day, but you never know. But if we open here around gap here, look to buy here. If not, we can gap up. We can even open here around this 200 SMA. If we open here around 200 SMA, look to sell. Okay, look to sell take all the profits. If we open here, which is, let's see how far away from here we are. If we open here, which is around 15%, or this 200 EMA, which is basically, let's see how far it is from here. 200 EMA is around 12%, so that's another gap to fill. So if you open here, look to take profits. All right, so it can open here and then sell down eventually. All right, let's quickly go to other stocks, which are Apple. Again, it gapped up and left a gap. Okay, Apple is leaving a lot of gaps, guys. So let me close extended hours so you guys can see. You can see this gap still not filled. So eventually the multiple gaps open. Eventually they will fill. So most likely that will happen after earnings. Okay, until earnings we have these top upside gaps to fill. So it can easily go around 174 before a dump later on. Amazon is looking really good, although it was down 0.43%. I really like it out of all FANG stocks, so I recommend recommend buying that. I think earnings going to be really bullish, and you can see it's still near the bottom. So all other stocks went very high, so I think it's going to be a massive pump after earnings. Google kind of another still not able to fill this gap, so probably I'm not sure what it's going to do, but looks like all these weakness you should be looking to buy. Okay, because you're going to have a good pump around earnings, I believe. Netflix, we talked. Look, it's already up 1%, guys. I told you guys just when I started this video, it was down 0.5. Now it's up, so things are looking good. Meta, let's see, Meta again, earnings time. Any dip, look to buy. There are all these gaps to fill, so look to buy any dips. Microsoft, basically any dumps, look to buy. There are gaps here, gaps up. See a lot of gaps up, so look to buy any of the dips. Snowflakes is flat, looking really good. Snowflakes, it filled the gap today. If you go to 1 hour chart, there was a gap here. You can see this gap, it was filled in the morning, and then again now it recovered. So Snowflakes has no gaps downside, a big gap above, so it can have a massive pump from here. So look to buy Snowflakes. That's a good area to buy right now. Nvidia, people keep trying to short. This guy just keeps capping up and go higher, so no short entry yet. AMD and still kind of weak. So let's see if on earnings, if we open here, it can pump higher. If it's gonna go higher near earnings, then it's gonna dump. So we'll see. We still have some time until earnings around 2nd of May. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Another thing, a bonus chart, wheat, which is futures, which is the ETF, looking really nice. You can see it has bullish momentum on PPO and RSI. I was looking to buy this. You can see PPO prices going lower, and you can see RSI also prices going higher. Okay, so yeah, looking good. So you can look to buy this. Also, there are wheat futures if you want to take an eye. You can see you can follow this, but so far I think it's not able to close above this red 50 SMA. As soon as it closes above that, it's going to be very bullish move. Okay, so that's one thing I'm keeping an eye. Also, there are multiple gaps here, so also there's a big gap here. So yeah, this is a good time to buy wheat. All right, okay, guys, on your way back, please hit the like button and please share these videos with friends and family. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.